on, everybody? So, look, we're gonna talk about just crypto, blockchain. I'm just gonna spit with y'all, and it's gonna be real about things. Talk about how I feel a little bit, and about where we're going and where are we going from all of this. What's happening from this transitional time period that we're in right now. A lot of people are nervous. A lot of people are unsure. A lot of people can't accept the change right now for whatever reason that is. So I guess I get it. For people that were like super comfortable and happy with their nice little bubble life, and everything is going the way they would like it. I guess I get it for those people. They don't want change. They don't know how to accept change. They've worked so hard to get and know the things that they know right now, and here comes blockchain and crypto and DeFi and mining and all these new things, and people just, it's hard for them to adapt. It's hard for them to understand the transition, that it's okay to move forward. It's okay to level up. And, they used to say this in this one warehouse job that I used to work at, which I hated, by the way, but they would always tell people, like, never get complacent, never get complacent. Meanwhile, the entire workforce was complacent majority of the times, but they'd still try to remind people to never get complacent, to never, be so comfortable in your position wherever you are that you refuse to be open-minded, or you refuse to try to learn something new, or you refuse to listen to a different perspective. And I feel like that's kind of where we are right now in our world, and it's just being exact. Like, it's just kind of getting worse. It's like anti this, the ETH killer, this killer, or anti that, and it's just like everybody's just afraid of change. Everybody's afraid of the unknown, and I think it just comes because people are so complacent. But there's still a large population of us that, like, we're not complacent. Things didn't work out the way, they quote unquote like told us. Get good grades, get a degree, you'll get a good job, and this, there are a lot of us that, we did all of that and things still didn't work out. And or maybe even if it did work out for those people, but they're just unhappy with their current position, or they're tired of giving up their time for dollars, and it's just maybe they imagine themselves totally in a different light than they are right now. And the one good thing is that blockchain offers that ability to kind of get a do-over with things, because blockchain technology and cryptocurrency, because you can tokenize anything, you can incentivize any behavior, you can transition anything from the previous world into blockchain. So essentially, you don't really need to change that much. You can still keep the current knowledge that you have, but just use it in the blockchain world. Use it in, on the chain with cryptocurrency. If you're a really good teacher, instead of, I'm sure teachers, we need some more blockchain teachers. Why not? We need some more, say if you're in HR, there's so many blockchain jobs right now. Like, how do you find the right people for, find developers? This change that's happening right now, I guess people are just like, just confused by it. They're confused about why it's necessary, maybe. If it's even necessary. You got a lot of people saying, like, this is not going to last, or this is just a bubble. It's always the bubble. It's always a bubble. It's always some type of reasoning as to why this is shit, and the way the current system or strategy or the current moment is better. It's always, this is better, that is crap, or some nonsense. Who knows? But what I challenge you is to... instead of trying to always be on the extreme of either side, what's wrong with just allowing just everything to exist? It's hard because I guess back in the day, like, it was you may only had lack of technology and lack of growth and lack of information being readily available to people in the 90s going into the 2000s, and a lot of things were changing with music, going from we used to walk around with tape sets and CD Walkmans to digital music. And that changed a lot. And then, people used to say that Yahoo was like the only thing, and AOL.com was going to be the only thing. And they used to say that about Napster being the only thing. It was always like, we got a solution to whatever problem or vulnerability or gap or something. And it's like, oh, okay, that's it. We're done. No more. We already got an answer. Why continue looking for more answers? Like, why continue trying to make another one or be better? And it's always like somebody wants to monopolize any type of category or market or whatever. It's like something gets created. It's like, oh my goodness, how dare somebody else try at this issue? Like, we already have cars. Like, why do we need electric cars? Like, we already got cars that work and use gas and, that go from A to B to C to D and turns on when you turn the key. Like, we have that already. Why would we need something, why? It's like, why? It's like, why? The way I look at it, it's just like, why not? I mean, why wouldn't you want that? I mean, it's like, yeah, we have a car right now and the gas, and the car works. It does. It works really well. Yeah, there's some ups and there's pros and cons about it, but that's not what I'm here to debate or talk about. But the car exists. And just using this analogy, and then so we create the electric car or the hybrid originally first, and it's like that was even difficult for people to accept. And for a long time, people didn't want to accept the hybrids or even electric vehicles. And it's always seems like it needs to get to a point where some legislation or policy comes into place, and they're like, oh look, we're going to basically say, hey, we want to damn, you got me lost in my train of thought. Sorry, my eyes were closed and things like that. It's just it's how I think and talk at the same time sometimes. But anyway, so yeah, so it's like we have to wait to like be mandated to say, hey, let's phase out of gas vehicles by 2030 and only have have only electric cars on the road and being manufactured or something like that. It's like we have to wait till someone says, hey, you can stop, and focus on the answer now or another solution now. Because we already, Joe and Mike and Trevor and Luke or whatever already came up with an answer. So, Daniel and Beth and Tasha and Luis and, Pete, you guys don't need to waste any energy on figuring out another way because we already have it. Well, there's a couple things that's kind of just like weird about just that. Number one, the population is increasing, all right? And it's just that everybody has the same thing, that everybody's the same, nobody's unique, nobody's different. It's that whole mindset, I feel like it's like everyone is supposed to be a robot, and, what happens if you just don't like gas cars and you want an electric car? Maybe you care about your planet and you're like, I want an electric vehicle, and so it's like, and somebody else is like, hey, I like my gas, truck, and, the electric vehicle is cool and all, I respect it, but I still want my, my gas truck or my regular, Ford pickup that I know how to work on the engine and I can repair it myself. I can get the parts, they're fairly cheap, and, and there's nothing wrong with both of those coexisting. There's nothing wrong with two of those being available. And for some reason, it's like, moving into crypto and blockchain, it's like every time a new, community of developers or a new crypto project comes out, it's like, oh, it's here to replace, the next one of the past. And I'm like, why does everything always got to be about competition? You see, that's that fiat capitalistic perspective. I'm gonna step on you to get on top. You see, that's that it's that negativity, that negative energy where you'll do whatever it takes to get mine and fuck everybody else. And it's like, I'll do this for the promotion, but who gives a shit if that guy or girl can't feed their kids or put food on their table because you decided to make a rumor about them in the workplace, and they either didn't get the promotion or got fired, or you make their work environment so bad that they want to leave. I mean, just that's disgusting to me. That's sick to me. I would never sell myself or my soul or my energy for something like that. I could never do something where I would ruin someone else's day or life or situation just so, I can be in their position because I'm jealous of their status. So instead of actually just saying, hey, let's work together on something, or hey, how did you actually get here? What are the books did you read? Hey, maybe can you give me some pointers so I can get on that type of level one day too? No, you just wanna screw with them so they will never replace you. And that's what the fiat world does, is because everybody wants to work that 9 to 5 rat race, and you're competing for just jobs. And especially after 2008, when the job availability just like dropped drastically. I remember going to interviews in certain positions, like for a help desk job, and I'm literally sitting next to somebody that was like an IT manager for a couple years, and we're both sitting here trying to interview for a help desk job, like IT help desk. Like, that's how bad it was, like in 2008, 2009, all of these college graduates that were ready to start the world like that. It was a world that just wasn't ready for us, didn't want us. Nobody was willing to pass the torch, and there were zero opportunities. And so all of that, like, just what happened? Like, everyone just seems to have forgotten about all of that. No one gives a shit about all the kids that that worked so hard, got student loans, but then got shafted in the real world. It's just like, whatever. It's just like, why? It's like, what do you think was gonna happen? All right, what did you think was gonna happen? Blockchain I mean, blockchain's literally the result, or not the, or was literally, that was why it was created. Okay, like all of that. You had so many bright minds, literally going back to their high school jobs, and people just not wanting to grow up because it was like, what was the point? And or maybe you did get a job, but you hated it, because like, they were paying you shit, or and if you had kids and you had to pay for daycare, you were working for this, basically the same price to pay for daycare. And it's like, well, it was just a whole bunch of bullshit. And the outcome of all of that was blockchain technology. And blockchain and cryptocurrency and Bitcoin created an opportunity. It created a new world. All right. It allowed people to have a place to go to level up. All right. And for whatever reason, why people can't accept that, that's on you. You got a problem, but that, or whatever, not maybe a problem, but you got your own things you got to deal with. All right. But any technology that offers more opportunity for people to me is never a bad thing. All right, because we already know what it's like to live a world where you have one job and 60 people trying to apply for that job. Okay, like, and then that's never gonna work. That's not gonna fly. Like, it's just, that's not sustainable. People are gonna be on edge. Like, it's just gonna cause more and more problems. So blockchain technology came out, and now there's opportunities like crazy, but most people don't know about it, because maybe they're afraid of change. They're afraid of opportunity, but that's okay. Because if you are one of those people that are afraid of change, and the way I look at it is like, you're probably comfortable and you're probably complacent, and maybe blockchain isn't for you right now. Maybe blockchain isn't for you because things worked out for you. But there's still a large population of people where things didn't work out, and they need that opportunity. All right, they've been waiting for an entire decade, over 10 years. They've been waiting for these opportunities, preparing on the low, looking for a chance, looking for a place to escape, a world that just didn't want them. And blockchain came and was just like, look, we're here. Just start learning. Okay, start learning about what this is about, and this is a chance for a lot of people to start anew and to create their own, their own business, or their new identity, or to level up, to enhance your future self. Whether it's the Helium blockchain with IoT mission, or Ethereum with DeFi, or even Bitcoin and Ethereum and crypto with just mining in general, or you want to go be a developer, or say you're good at gaming, right? And so you go check out Axie Infinity and or Zedrun, or any of these, or other blockchain games, or you're good at art and you have the NFTs there, for artists and musicians with Audius, and say maybe you're really good at just engaging with people, and just communicating and helping people feel better, so that's where you got YouTube has existed. And now literally I watch YouTube over live TV. I get literally like everything off of YouTube, essentially, because there's some shit on YouTube, yeah, but there's also still a large population of people on YouTube that's providing quality content, and they actually care about the things that they're saying on their channel, and they're trying to help people. They're trying to teach financial literacy. They're teaching blockchain technology. They're teaching you electrical work, property maintenance, whatever it is, you can learn on YouTube. Okay, like learning and having access to anything is should never be an excuse to anybody, because the information is there. It is all there for you to literally go find it. And it may be hard to figure out who to trust and where to listen to, but that's why collaboration is so important. All right, that's why just communicating with each other is so important. So you can communicate and say, hey, I worked with that mentor, or I've learned from this person, they're legit, this is what, this is how it helped me, maybe it could help you. And just something like that alone is probably, is extremely valuable. So I encourage people to share their mentors and to be a mentor if you are at that subject matter expert level, and to help other people to level up. And blockchain and cryptocurrency can give you that opportunity. Yeah, there's a lot of other shady things. There's always going to be shady characters, okay? But that should never take over the amount of good characters that are working hard, reading books, staying up late at night, trying to figure out the right code, working on smart contracts and the front end of a new dApp, or figuring out what the community likes next, and all of that. It's okay that multiple blockchains will exist in the future. Not because they're there to replace the previous ones, but it's there to complement the network, to allow it to grow to what it needs to be. See, decentralization is not about the removal of leadership. It's about the increase amount of leadership. It's about more leadership. And I don't mean like more leadership, I mean like more leadership, like the people. The people being leaders, the people going and saying, hey, I'm going to learn what Solidity is about, or I'm going to learn on Rust, and I'm going to create NFT marketplace, and I'm going to mint some of my artwork or my NFTs. And, maybe I can create an NFT business out of this, or something like that. That right there, that's a leader, because then when they get to the point and they have success, they can then become a mentor to the next person that would want to do something like that. That's a leader right there, okay? And that's happening left and right across the board, but for some reason we're not repping each other, and we should rep each other. We should congratulate each other for whatever project that you're working on the blockchain. And it's cool. Like, it's totally fine if you like Ethereum, or you like Solana, or you like Bitcoin, or Cardano, or Polygon. It doesn't matter. You know what matters? Each one of those crypto projects needs support. That's what matters, okay? For any of those projects that you like, all right, or the ecosystem that you're part of, those developers, the people behind it, whoever, the community, they need support, okay? So whether or not, you're someone that says, hey, I'm only going to support Bitcoin and I'm not going to support anything else, that's cool, yo. All right, that's fine. But you support Bitcoin, and you support it good, and you rep it good. But you don't support and rep Bitcoin and then shut out other people, though. Like, that's not what it's about. You don't support and rep Ethereum and say, oh, Bitcoin sucks, Cardano sucks, da-da-da. Like, nah, that's not what it's about, all right? Because just because you have your spot in your community ecosystem, all right, and you're surrounded by peers that's, got their spot, maybe so blockchain, instead of always, in the fiat world, you would have to worry about someone coming and trying to take your spot, right? You remember we were talking about people stepping on their toes just to get that position or just to get that job, right? You're always on edge, looking behind your back because you're worried about the new generation coming and take your spot because you don't want to pass the torch to them. So that's why when new blockchains are created like Solana, is created, you want to applaud that, because then that helps solidify your own position that you're in, because it opens up opportunities for people that want to be, part of an ecosystem, that want to be part of a community, that want to be a developer for for a crypto project. And they're trying to be part of ETH, but ETH is just super loaded. And yeah, there's a whole bunch of altcoins on ETH that you get, but they're super loaded too with people and positions and things like that. So so Solana comes here, and I'm just using this as an example because it's what people are talking about right now. And so they come here and they're like, hey, we have opportunity too. So if you're looking for opportunity, come check us out. And that's what blockchain's about. So you don't need to worry about looking at your SIX and looking at that next person as your enemy. You can now look at that person as your peer, as your friend, as your equal. So you can level up together, because then you can say, hey, I was working on this code on ETH. These are some of the issues I went through. Maybe da-da-da-da-da-da-da. And you don't have to worry about that person coming and taking that information that you're sharing with them to use it against you to take your position, because they're just working on that similar problem but on another blockchain or another project. All right? So that's collaboration to the key. That's organic to the core. And you may hear me say that a lot on my channel. That's what I mean about being organic to the core and collaborating, helping each other level up, enhancing your future self. It's about collaboration. The success to blockchain and any cryptocurrency, the secret is collaboration and being organic to the core. Helping your fellow dev, marketer, front-end specialist, whatever user, whatever, you yield farmer, DeFier, like whatever you are, YouTuber, content creator, whatever you are in the ecosystem, in the community, trust me, there's plenty of space available, especially right now, because we're still at we're still going through the network effect, okay? We haven't received the mass adoption yet, okay? Not even close. All right, so we're still going through the network effect. You can go to Glassnode and check out the on-chain analytics. You'll see more addresses being created, okay? So there's more and more volume coming. People are starting to realize the benefits of this, and people are starting to say, hey, it is possible for both to exist. It is possible. We don't need to say A or B, left or right, extreme this, extreme that. It's okay. It's all right. If you like this and you like that, that's cool, yo. You're not a tool. You're not a hater. You're not a nothing. You're a supporter. That's what you are. You are part of the blockchain. You are a person of the blockchain. We are the people of the blockchain, and as the people of the blockchain, as a person of the blockchain, is our responsibility to support the good actors and to call out the bad actors. So all cats out there that's talking about, oh, this is going to be the next crypto killer, this is going to be the replacement for this. Yo, let's cut that rap, yo. For real. Let's just cut it. And let's actually start this off in the right direction this time. Because we already know where that mindset takes us. All right? We've experienced it already in the fiat world. So let's try to do this a little bit different this time. We actually have the opportunity to do it with blockchain. It's a really fantastic technology. I really challenge anybody that may not fully understand blockchain to go. You can check out the Professor Gary Gensler's MIT course. I went through that course. It was a really, really great class. If that's too technical for you, there are plenty of other places. I have a couple ebooks that'll explain blockchain to you. All right, but blockchain is literally it's just an open source book. All right, it's just a book where you can see what's going on. All right, and what do I mean by going on? You can just see the transactions. You can see the interactions. I send somebody a pen, or I send somebody some crypto, someone sends me some crypto, or I put this crypto over here to grow to yield farm, or I open this app with this wallet. That's all it is. It's just an ability to see what's going on, okay? That's all it is. Blockchain is the ability to see what's going on. And because you have the ability to see what's going on, a trustless system becomes trusted. Because of the ability to see what's going on and people to call people out and this and that and what's going on, and hey, if I'm going to do some shady shit on here, well, guess what? It's everybody's going to see it. So you can still do that shady shit, but you're probably going to get called out on. So, you're not going to last that long. So even though it's a trustless system, I can trust you because I trust the blockchain. And that's how we're going to, our future's going to exist, where you'll be able to trust someone else, not because you trust that person, but because you trust in the blockchain. Now, people may say, hey, I don't want to trust computer code. I never want to trust that. All right, that's fine. And you really don't have to, essentially. But what you can do is say, hey, this is working. I can accept that if I send a transaction on the weekend, it will go through. Okay? So, whereas maybe on the bank, you might have to wait till Monday or something. So, there are a lot of different things that blockchain offers. Maybe even tokenizing a real estate property and getting group ownership on that real estate property, or even identification utilizing the MetaMask wallet or the Phantom wallet, so your address can be used to verify and sign transactions. There's so much to blockchain and cryptocurrency that it would be a shame to not allow this to grow to what it can become. And anybody that's remotely interested, this is the time to start figuring out what's going on with blockchain and crypto and why people are flocking to it like crazy. Why people are selling their cars, taking out loans to buy Bitcoin or Ethereum or Solana or NFTs or whatever. Why that's happening. You know why? Because of the network effect. Because people see the opportunity. And when there's opportunity, there's high probability of success. And that's all you can do. That's all you can ask for. So, alright, that's enough of my ranting. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you didn't, if you did, thank you. I'm Simon. This is Cryptechology. This is my rant on blockchain and crypto.